is the institutionalized corruption. Could be a court that is known for corruption, a court that is known for deciding matters in specific way, systematically, to favor certain law firms, to favor certain lawyers, created a culture among lawyers where there's no any reason why you should fight this. So you'd go to court a night before going to court. You have spent hours preparing for your trial. You have put in all the work, and then you go to court, you make your arguments, and then you look at the judgment. It's as if you didn't appear before the judge. It's as if only one party appeared, where the judge is just talking about the submissions that were made by the other party. So chinali chintu chimodzi chimene izizi munandiuza kuyamba kuja kunena kuti mwayankhula napo ndi maloya angapo, and ngati sanakuze nizi anthu angopa chabe komanso ine pano ndifuna ndidabwe kuti anthu judicial amayopa chani. Ndipo manthawa ndi chani, why have we created a fear over judiciary or judicial officers? Chifukwa iwowa ndi antchito a Malawi, majaji akuyenera kutumikira a Malawi. Chifukwa chani anthu timaopa kunena, soti tikunena kuti tianyazise anthu kapena tianyoze, koma tinene zinthu mene zili vuto la ku Malawi kuno. Sindikudziwa kuti zimene zinayamba nthawi ya Kamuzu ifane mene Kamuzu amalamulira I wasn't there. Koma palika kachikhalidwe konena kuti ukayankhula chilungamo kapena ukazuzula ndio tu wanyoza, you have been disrespectful. Criticizing and saying the truth should never be seen as disrespecting, and if we start doing that, holding people accountable, we'll start realizing that these people, the power that we say they have, it's power that we have given them. Kuopa mantha amene tukukhala now ni mantha amene tawapanga creative.
But those that I'm saying that I've spoken to are saying, well, we agree almost entirely with what Mr. Kamangila
entirely you say?
Almost entirely. Okay. We agree with what he says. But we think that being firm is not the same as being rude. We think that arrogance may not be the same as being assertive.
Yes.
What would you say to that?
I think they are being timid, and they are being those lawyers are being they're being unfair to, not to me. I don't care what they say about me. They're being fair to Malawians, because you would have asked. I'll ask them for you. The lawyers that are saying that I'm arrogant and that are saying I'm being disrespectful, in the ways that they do their things, the advocacy that they are doing, the complaints that they are doing, or the procedures they follow, what have they achieved? What have they done to improve the judiciary? Nothing. So these are people that love the status quo, and that message or those intonations come from the beneficiaries of the corrupt system, of the system that is not working for Malawians. And the ena palanthena kuti ndi maloya inde koma pauka sangaganize bwinobwino koma amatengera kuti kodi wayankhula ndani akayankhula wina wake amene iwo amamulemekeza ndi kuti that's the ultimate truth.
But listen to this.
Yes.
There's something interesting coming from the same people. They are saying Woody, the system, the judicial system, suppose protects its own, and that there could be reprisals for doing what you are doing. They are saying lawyer winner majaji brothers.
It's a club.
So you offend one, and then you are assured that you have also offended
the others.
Many.
Yeah.
Perhaps ALEXIOUS may not have taken this particular approach. Was there another way of dealing with this other than the one that was unsuccessful, that they're saying that they've employed, they've tried to employ?
So I'm telling those lawyers and Malawians, the path that I've taken is...
Do you agree that it's like a brotherhood?
I agree and disagree. I agree in the context that the way things have happened over the years, how the judiciary has not been accountable, despite, as I indicated earlier on, it's not the majority of judges that are corrupt. It's a minority of judges that are corrupt. And the fact that the people that are corrupt, despite being few, have continued to terrorize Malawians. We're being terrorized, We are being robbed by these judges, by these majesties, by these judicial officers. The the fact that we have allowed for years this to happen, we can say that there's brotherhood, where when you criticize one judge, all the judges feel like you have criticized all of them. But I will tell you that whatever they're saying is not true. It's not yesterday or this week or this month or this year that I've criticized a judge. I've been criticizing judges for many times. It's just now that Malawians have paid attention to what I'm saying. But I go to these courts and I get judgments that favor my clients. Of course, there are other judgments that might not favor my clients. I might assume that maybe because I said something somewhere, then that's why they're doing that. I want to counter-argue that suggestion that you cannot publicly criticize a judge because they will reprimand you. Once you fall into the argument, then you are creating the absence of accountability to the judges. You are you're creating a barrier for yourself in terms of engaging. In fact, any judge that would so when we go to court as lawyers, we go. That's not our case. We go with our clients. So any judge or judicial officer that decides a matter based on the disagreements that he has had with a lawyer somewhere else at a drinking place or from what the lawyer has written on Facebook, that judge is not worth it being a judge.
You've just talked about cases where judgments were made and you almost thought, was I in this court at all?
Yeah, there have been judgments. There have been judgments. The point that I wanted to make in regard to this is that the reprimands that can come from a judge because of your engagement with them, if only one lawyer is saying it, then the system can easily and happily deal with that lawyer. If only 10% of lawyers are calling out the judges for being incompetent or corrupt, so because all these things, so I should admit.
One of your classmates in law school was telling me that Alexious Kamangila is very passionate about human rights from way back in college. But I'm thinking, is he going to do this alone? This is a journey that has been traveled before, and people have failed, he says. They have tried to bring issues to the Malawi Law Society, the Judicial Service Committee, privately. Does Alex Kamangila think that he'll do it alone? Does he need support of other players in the... This is somebody who was in your class.
No, that's very touching for someone to say that. It's a humbling compliment, but it's also sad because there's sort of kuvomereza kunena kuti zinthu zinzonyasa nditu koma zinthu zinzovuta kuti tizisinthe. Ineyo ndifuna kunena kuti nkhani imene tayambayi, nkhani imene ndayambayi kamene yayambikayi, ine sindili ndekhayi, mudati mukhale ndi nthawi muyankhule ndi lawyer wina aliyense. Maloya malawi munoti 1,000 and something, 1,000, just above 1,000. I'll tell you that 900 and something, 980 lawyers will tell you that Zomini Uyankhula in the zone, and they will tell you that they're with me. But of those 900, maybe only 3 or 5 would want to come out and state like that. I think that the course has started, the train has left the station. It's up to anyone to join the train or be left behind. I need support of lawyers who are my brothers. So we talked about judges being brothers. The lawyers should be my brothers as well and speak about these things openly, publicly. But also I want support secretly. It's okay for people to support me secretly without coming out, because wars are won not only with people that goes to the front line. Wars are won even with generals that make strategies in their comfort offices. So I have people that are making strategies inside their coffin. Do you think that all the judges are happy with the corruption in the judiciary? Then you haven't followed how the judiciary has been working. There are judges that you can clearly see they are mad at what is happening in the judiciary. And
Chief Justice, for example, has come out.
Exactly.
And he has said,
the Chief Justice, excellent. Thank you very much. I think you are also supporting me. And the way you are speaking here,
I'm just
supporting this cause.
I'm asking you, does that include the Chief Justice?
It includes the Chief Justice.
I'm a journalist.
Publicly, it includes the Chief Justice. And I think Chief Justice supports my cause, and I think the Chief Justice will do well in supporting my cause. And even if I need a legal service, it should contribute for the lawyers that can help me in terms of defending the suit.
Since this thing started, have you been confronted by the Malawi Law Society in terms of wishing to understand better what you are trying to communicate?
So I haven't. I wish they would, because then I would be given a platform to express why I'm acting the way I'm acting. But I think the Malawi Law Society is an institution. I criticize it. And I criticize it where I think I should criticize it. But I think they work with procedures. 2 days ago, the Association of Judges and Magistrates wrote me that I should appear before them in relation to what I've been posting on Facebook. I accepted, but at the last minute they withdrew. They postponed. They say they are postponing because the chairperson is not available. But I don't think they are postponing. There might be some wind that I say. But my point is that even them, the Association of Judges and Magistrates, they haven't lodged any complaint to the Malawi Law Society. So I suspect maybe that's the reason why the Malawi Law Society has not come to me. But I think
they're waiting for a complaint.
Yeah, they're waiting for a complaint. But I also want you to go back to my Facebook post. I posted how Malawi Law Society tried to gouge me, tried to silence me, tried to close my mouth, but they failed because I'm protected by the law.
Right. According, how do these things work? I want to be educated. I'm not a lawyer, but I would like to understand how these things work. Your fellow lawyer, Mr. Raphael Kasambala, he died a convict, but he was on bail pending appeal. Yeah. He was out free on the streets until the unfortunate happened. How do those things work? And this bail was on a case of
attempted murder.
Attempted murder?
Yeah.
There was a conviction.
Yeah.
How do these things work?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the key cases that we can look into. So to begin with, bail is a remedy that you have. It's a right under Section 42, and I think you can have bail before conviction and after conviction. The Constitution, the way the Constitution is, even after conviction, if you are appealing, you have a right to get a bail. Because the moment you appeal, when you are convicted, you are no longer free. You have to be in detention. But once you appeal, you're basically saying, I'm back to the status as a suspect because I don't think the law has been followed or the facts have been followed. So the bail pending appeal, I can't fault it. Bail pending appeal after conviction is within people's rights. The problem comes in that this bail pending appeal, first of all, is only benefiting the rich people, the people with influence, the people with a name. The poor people are not being granted bail pending appeal upon conviction. This is where the challenge begins. The second thing is that the bail pending appeal, like in the instance of deceased Raphael Kasambala Senior Counsel, is that once the bail pending appeal upon conviction is granted, the matter seems to drag and nothing is happening in the matter. And I will not mention a name, but there's another high-profile case that there's a bail pending appeal and no one seems to be doing anything on this. And this is relating to an issue that is huge because it deals with election fraud in this country. Huge case that deals with universal suffrage that determines how our rights to decide who runs this country. So the bail pending appeal, as a constitutional, as a criminal law lawyer myself, is within people's rights. It's a constitutional right. But the problem comes in how it is being implemented. It's being implemented in a way where it favors or it implemented discriminatory in favor of those that are with money, And the delays that happens, as earlier on I indicated, in the criminal justice system, it favors the rich, it disadvantages the poor. That's where the problem is.
But let me take you back mid last month. Judge Dorothy Nyakaunda Kamanga found you guilty of perjury, that you were fabricating facts and you lied under oath in a criminal case in which you were defending a murder convict.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's not true that I was found guilty of perjury.
The judge said you were lying.
Yes, she said, but the judge cannot be a complainant, a prosecutor, and then a judge in the matter of her own. So she did not find me with perjury. She suggested that what happened in that case might be perjury, and she referred the issue to Malawi Law Society to investigate or to find something.
But
so
her opinion was that.
Exactly.
That was,
yes.
And judges are entitled to be. In fact,
they are.
Judgments are about opinions. Right.
Yeah, but that matter was not about perjury or not. So I was not given a chance to be heard. I wasn't, because perjury is a crime, you know. So you can't convict someone without a trial. We need to go through a trial. Now let me respond to the accusations by the judge. First of all, the judge was wrong in what she said. She was very wrong. And she was careless in what she wrote in that judgment. You see, the case you're referring to is about Wyson Barnett Big. Wyson Barnett Big was arrested in 2007. I was not in the law school at that time. It turns out that I met him in 2021 because I go to the prison to meet the prisoners, to cheer them up, and where there's a case that I see there's a need for free legal service. I've been offering free legal services since 2016 when I finished. And you can search this, you can Google this, you find the work that I've done over the last 8 years or so. Now, this Barnett Big, when I met him, I decided to take his case. So I recorded his story. So what the judge is saying that it was false information, and if it was false information, it is the accused person. And if you read the document, so you can go back and make reference to the court documentation. I was making reference to say, he's saying this. There's no way, the way I drafted the sworn statement, the judge would then come to say I was lying on oath. In fact, I think that the judge was angry because she was forced to write the judgment, because the article came out in relation to him being in prison for more than 15 or 17 years. Now, let me take you back.
And you know, at that time, school.
Manga Wyson Barnett Big in law school. Ndiri ku secondary, ndiri form 3 ku St. Paul's Apostle Seminary. Nisa banga so dream kuti nzakhala lawyer. Nikafuna kukhala wansembe zinango ndivuta munthu. Modi mwina ntchito ina imene ubanga ndi ausembe ndithu kuma ya usembe yake asembe ajamanyamula mipeni nduma kuma apetro kuma nkhani imene ndifuna kunena nchonena kuti Wyson Big Barnett atandipeza ine nditamva nkhani yake, ndinafufuza ku high court kunalibeko file yake, ndinafufuza ku legal aid kunalibe file yake, ndinafufuza ku state advocate kunalibe file yake. Mukafusa ku legal aid, legal aid ndamene analephera kumimirira bwino munthu uyu mpaka na kumapeto kwake. Aku state so now analephera kuisata nkhani kuti aonesese kuti munthu uyu alandire chilango chake mu nthawi yake. Ajaja mukamani ndifuna ningodula ifa nkhani ndi ayitali koma modula mukamawerenga chilango chigamulo chimene chaso mwachisana ningokuza nati ndi simeya campaign yomwe akupanga anthu amene akufuna kuwononga dzina langa koma sangani kwanisi. I know what I'm doing. Simeya campaign anthu amene akufuna kuti asokoneze dzina langa. Chifukwa judgment imene inatuluka 3 weeks ago sinalembedwe mu news na yonse, yalembedwa ajaji atalani kuti atandisumira. So you can see kunena kuti pali ena ake amene akupanga akulipira ndithu anthu ena akuti alembezo ndipanga tisumira. Mukawerenga chigamulo ndikupempha Malawi amene ali ndikuthekera kuti awerenge chigamulo chimenechi. Akachiwerenga apeza kuti ajaji akunena kuti munthu uyu ndinampeza olakwa mu 2018, chaka chino ndi chaka chani 2024, 6 years waiting for judgment, for sentencing. The judge amaina kuvomereza kunena kuti zinthu zinatani kuti sizinaende munthu usanande chilango chigamulo kapena kuti chilungamo mmene zimaina kukhalira. Koma pomalizira chi application kapena kuti pempho limene anapempha Wilson Barnett linalonena kuti big linalonena kuti ine ntapita ku prison chichiri prison napeza kunena kuti warrant yake inapanga expire 2009. So prison imamusunga Wilson Barnett big mola kwikasima ina musunga ne big uja tinampangira namuthandiza kuti adandaule ku court kuti ineyo I'm being kept unlawfully, unlawful detention, you should release me. And then the court says we are trying to go behind back doors. You should look at the file. As I speak to you now, as I conclude, I haven't even seen the conviction judgment. I don't even know if there is a file, because for 2 years I've been searching for file. For 3 years I've been searching for the file of Wilson Barnett big, and there's documentation. I wrote a letter in 2022 July to the registrar, the then registrar, His Honor Kondwan Banda, who is now the Justice of the High Court. And this year in August, I wrote another letter following up on this issue to the now registrar, His Honor Innocent Nebi. So when the judge says I did anything unprofessional, I think she should have tamed her tongue.
Munatangwanika kwambiri mukatengana umbali. You were very active panthawi imene pamakambidwa nkhani ija yokhuzana ndi chilango chonyonga mdziko lino. I think that time muli ndi Sentegilia ngati ndikukumbukira bwino mpaka na nkhani imene ija at some point bwalo lidanena kuti chilango chimene ija sichikugwirizana ndi malamulo a dziko lino. It must have been a tedious and long process. You are back now calling for the abolition of the death penalty. What's going on?
Yeah, choyambirira chonena kuti chilango chonyonga kuti munthu akapha anzake anyongedwe ndi cholakwika. And zimene tikukamba za kusayendesera bwino kwa chilungamo ndi chisanzo chimodzi chimene tikunena kuti munthu akapezeka olakwa pa chilango pa mulandu onena kuti wapha anzake timulange ndithu, ndipo timulange molapisa munthu amene ndi chigawenga, ndipo tisachisekerere koma osati to the point yonchosa moyo wake. Chifukwa chonena kuti amene amapereka moyo ndi Mulungu. Ndikuyambira point imene ifa timapanga claim kuti ndife God fearing nation. Ndiye khaya amene ali mphamvu zochosa moyo wake. Then tikapita even more testament, Cain and Abel, there's something that happened there. Cain anapha Abel. Maina amene ni masokoneza koma ndikupira kuti anthu sandiona ngati sindimawerenga Bible. Koma no ndi Cain ndithu amene anapha Abel. Actually, I'm from the seminary. I went to the seminary. I'm a Catholic myself. Okay. I went to the seminary. So I should know the Bible. Right. Yeah, so when Cain killed Abel, Cain wanted to hide, but God said, no, I've put a symbol on you. Anyone that kills you will be punished 7 times and all that. Mungu anathana nayo death penalty. Analesa kuti Cain ngakhale wapha Abel asaphedwe. Kwa point yaikulu makamaka ndi judicial system yathu menelili makamaka criminal justice system kuli chisokonezo chambiri, kuli ma opportunities kapena kuti kuthekera kodi ma oweruza ata osaona zinthu bwinobwino ndikupezeka kuti zalakwika ampanga munthu kuti akanyongedwe munthu osalakwa, ndipo zitatero zimapezeka kuti palibe reverse, it's irrevocable. Once you execute someone is irrevocable. But that's the idea. And some amvesa bwino tikamanena kuti munthu ampeza olakwa kutaka ndipo amugamula kuti akaphedwe. Kuphedwa akotu ine napita ku Zambia kumene kuna amandikaniza mpaka na pano kukaona makako aku chichiri aku Zomba maximum central prison, koma ndipeza mpata ndikalowa kumene kumakako aku malaiko. Koma nditapita ku Zambia moyimirira anduna za chilungamo tidapita ngati delegation ya ku Malawi anatiloleza kukalowa mu Mukoweko prison komwe makako ake anamanga ndi ma British omwewa mene anamangira ku Zomba prison, ndipo anationesa kuti kodi munthu akakhala kuti akunyongedwa zimakhala bwanji. Ndetu ndingati mene ilili apapamu ndipo pakhala chinthu chimabwera chonchi, ndi munthu uja amazayima pati pa chinthu chichi kenako amatenga chingwe ndi kumuyika mukhosi chingwe ndithu chogwira bwino chomanga ndi amakhala ampanga meja munthu uja weti yake ndekuti uku chingwe china chija achikoleka uku ayika thumba la miyala kayika thumba la mchenga koma mowerekeza ndi weti ndi height ya munthu uja kenako pamene waponda munthu muja akangoti go amachisegula chinthu cha ndi amango buru anthu aja ndoti nthawi zambiri amayikapo anthu atatu ndekuti tu basi hanging munthu uja mpaka nasiye kupuma. It's heinous. Like we can't. It's not kind of only kuti tizinena kuti tizipanga zimene zikuzika malamulo. Ndizoyenera kuchosedwa makaso chifukwa chonena zokunena kuti anthu amene angalandire chilango cho mukapange search izi nditakupanga nchali awo Malawi na isama apanga research anthu amene amalandira chilango chokanyongedwa amakhala anthu osauka 90% amakhala anthu osauka. So any law, though it might be a fair law, but if in implementation, that is when you are making the law, it's looking fair. But if it's in implementation, it's only affecting the poor, then that law becomes a discriminatory law, therefore it should be taken out. I want to give one example. I want to
believe that Bwalo likaweruza kuti Mr. Kamongo akapedwe pakwene aso kuperekedwa order yoti akapedwe motani. Are these one and the same thing?
Kumalawi kunoko malamulo athu mene alili.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Malawi muno mene alili tindi njira imodzi yoti munda khoti kana kuti akaphedwa imanena kuti you be killed or you should die by hanging. So amanena kuti I sentence you to death by hanging. So komando chimene chimachitika nchona kuti president amanena sign warrant. Ndekuyambira 1992 president even akamuzo mu 1993 mu 1994 Dr. Hastings amuzibanda sana saini acheya amene ni makondwerera chifukwa chona zoti ndi munthu amene nganene ngati kuti amene anayambisa de facto moratorium on the death penalty kuti anthu basi zonyongazi amene anayambisa kuti president asamasaine zinthu zoopsa ngati zimene kuti munthu akaphedwe anasiya kusaina kuzabwera bingu ma president onse mpaka napano achakwera Dr. Lazarus Chakwera sana saine death warrant ya munthu amene wapangidwa kuti akaseve death sentence.
Koma still have anthu mundende kuti audikirira
ndi kumene ndikupita.
Okay.
Achakwera amene amalowa mu 2020 pa death row panali anthu okwanira 25. Mukawerenga manifesto ya MCP imakamba zokhuza kuti zapanga zosiyana koma Achakwera atabwera ndikuona zinthu zimene zimakhalira ndipo ngati president amene aliso ndi background ya theology, you know, anaphunzira za umoyo, the value of life, the sanctity of life, the importance of reconciliation, anaona kuti singasaine zoopsa ngati zimenezo koma Achakwera anadumphaso pamene anaposera pamene anapeza kuti anakhulukira kapena kuti kukhulukira anthu amene amaina akaphedwe anayikidwa kuti akaphedwe kuti akhale pa life imprisonment onse. Part example amene anali milandu yosiyana Achakwera ndi president oyamba kupanga zimenezi since chair chifukwa 2005 na chaka chomaliza chimene commutation of a death sentence into a life imprisonment. It was only there are only two presidents that have done, three, Kamuzu, chair, and Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. The other presidents, Bingu, Peter, and Joyce Banda, did not commute death sentences. Now, this speaks to us that 33 years without using the death penalty. Why do we have the death penalty?